It was freezing outside, but Luis Castillo and the Mariners' bats were on fire. Welcome back to another episode of the Seattle Sports Show, where we love Seattle pro sports. I'm your host, Mikey, and today we are here to talk about the Mariners' win over the Colorado Rockies, 7-0. Luis Castillo looked in the form that we are used to seeing him in, dominant. The Mariners' bats stayed on fire even in that freezing cold weather. So we are very excited to see that and see where this team could lead. Just quickly looking at the record, the Mariners are 10-10. The Rangers lost to the Braves tonight. That makes us tied for first place in the AL West. There we go. Just a couple of weeks ago, when we were a few games into the season, everybody was panicking because we were so far behind. And even myself, I was like frustrated. I was like, okay, are we really going to get off to this slow of a start again? But they've really started to heat up, and because everybody else in the division was also starting out slow, we are doing just fine, and we have a series coming up soon against the Rangers, so we could really start to separate ourselves early if we continue this hot streak that we've been on. But let's talk more about this game. This game started out cold. At game time, at first pitch, it was 36 degrees, so it was really freezing. It's been known that Luis Castillo does not do well in cold weather, so there was some worry around that, and that may be having the effect on this game, and that maybe being, even though this Colorado Rocky team is not so good, maybe this cold weather would be the equalizer. But thankfully, that was not the case at all, because we can look at the numbers and see that Luis Castillo went 7 innings, pitched 7 full innings, allowing just 2 hits, no runs, 1 walk, and 9 strikeouts. Yes, absolutely dominant. His stuff was stuff tonight. It was some nasty stuff, and yeah, he was making those Rockies batters look like fools up there, and that's what we love to see out of Castillo. We want to see more of that. Hopefully, now that he's got his first win under his belt for the season, hopefully he's going to get back on to, being the Rock and having more dominant outings like this. All right, for the bats, yes, my goodness, what a night. Look at this. Listen to this team totals: 3 strikeouts total as a team. 3 strikeouts, not 3 strikeouts from one player. 3 strikeouts as a team. Very great night for the bats in that respect, with 6 walks. So we had twice as many walks as we did strikeouts in this game. That is amazing. Here we are looking at how well we did. JP Crawford, Julio Rodriguez. When these guys are going at the top of your order, your team is going to do really good. And JP Crawford went 2 for 5. Julio Rodriguez went 4 for 5. 2 runs batted in. Scored a run himself. Amazing night. He stole a couple of bags as well. Let's see here. Yeah, he had 2 stolen bases tonight. easy stolen bases at that. We'll say Polanco was over 3, but had those two walks. Haniger over 4. Rayleigh over 1. Cal Raleigh 4 for 4. 2 runs batted in. A huge home run. He didn't care how cold it was. He hit another line drive home run tonight. That was fun to see. Ty France was 2 for 5, just continuing this on the season of just again looking like the all-star Ty France that we had a few years ago. If we're really getting back to that again, we are gonna, if we're getting a whole season of that once again, then we're going to be talking about this team doing some good things up and down this lineup. Mitch Garver, 1 for 3, 2 walks. Jonathan Clase, my goodness, 2 for 5. This, I'm looking at the box score here. It says 2 runs batted in. Now, I'm curious if this really is the official line. During the broadcast, they were saying that they gave Clase 3 runs batted in the moment, right? So I don't know. They must have taken that one away and counted it just as an error on the Rockies. But man, Clase could fly. He hit that. He got that hit out to right field. It gets under the right fielder's glove, rolls on by him, and Clase was flying, right? And then the only thing that slowed him down is that, everybody's probably expecting the right fielder to get his hand on that glove, right? So he kind of has to slow down at second base because he doesn't think he's going to be rounding second base, because nobody's expecting that that to happen, and then he has to stop and check to see if Garver was sent. So that slowed him down just a second. If he wouldn't have had to pull up and wait to see if Garver was getting sent ahead of him, and he could have just rounded second base at full speed, that would have been an inside the park home run. Because go look at that replay, and you will see that it was just barely. He was barely thrown out at home plate. So if he didn't stop for that second at second base to see what was happening, and if to see if he was gonna be waved around, he definitely would have made. He would have made it by a mile, because he still almost made it, even with that hesitation at second base. So that was fun to see. It's just been fun to see Clase doing what he's been doing since he's been called up. I mean, he adds that energy to the team, with the speed that he has around the bases, and he's gotten a hit in every game that he's played in so far. So we've actually gotten to see that speed on the bases in every game. Then it's been fun to see. Rojas was 1 for 4 today, and overall, it was just a great day for the Bats. Again, we won this one 7-0. Let me know what you thought of this game. Did you have fun watching it? We were happy here in Seattle today that we had warm weather and we weren't freezing like they were over there in Colorado. And we were really happy to see how hot the Bats were and Castillo was. All right, so make sure you subscribe to the channel. Leave those comments, hit the like button. Podcast listeners, subscribe, follow, 5-star rating, and written review, because it all helps the show grow. And thanks for listening to the Seattle Sports Show, where we watch legends awaken. So take cover, because with the sea of sound, you will see us rise to reign supreme and win forever.